Yes, that was very sudden. And he says, "All right, I believe our business is concluded. Um, for the vampire cache, I expect to find results maybe in 2 3 days, because the location is quite close. As for the dragon cache, you tell him where the dragon cache is, right?
Yeah,
That
we
might take
also
a
give
little.
him the map of it.
Okay, that might take a little longer because it's back in Dighton. We might have to contact a cell in Dighton if you want it to go a little quicker, um, because they know that area better than we do. So we might have to get some more help in this, especially with the cache that may be as large as you claim. But for now, our business is concluded. He sticks out his hand and tries to shake each one of your hands, kind of gingerly putting it front in front of Earendil, kind of like. All right.
I shake
Um.
his hand strongly, like
All
firmly.
right. Good. And he's like, okay. I have a lot of work to do. Hopefully, I'll be in communications with you guys very, very soon. He takes the two contracts he has. So like, I have to go lock these up, and he goes upstairs to probably lock them away in some safekeeping device. Okay. Um. All right. So you guys are right outside the guild's headquarters. What are you guys doing?
I think it's time to move to Forge, right?
Yeah.
Sounds
Sounds good
good.
to me.
So
Did
Yeah.
you guys want to stock up on anything before we go, uh, or just teleport over there?
Um, I have the food I need and so on. I don't think. Maybe if we want to spend some of our money here to buy something special, then we
yeah,
can
I
do
need
that.
booze.
You need boots?
Booze
Booze? Why?
because I'm Earendil.
I see.
All right. It's easy enough if you want to get booze. Wwinnil, Ramas, Kasov, was there anything in particular you wanted to stock up on?
I'm pretty good.
I have like no money, so
I
no.
just, I just, I don't know. I guess like rations and water skin,
All
nothing
right, you could
important.
easily procure. Yeah, you could easily procure those. No problem whatsoever. They're
Awesome.
yeah, you could get those easily. All right. Um, after you guys run your errands, you hear that Lek is in the orphanage catching up on some administrative work, paying bills, whatnot. Um, okay. Um, you
All
guys.
right. Everyone is waiting anyway. If someone needs anything from this gold, so we can buy something from for it. But we won't
We
buy
should throw
booze
a
for
party.
680 gold.
We should throw a party with that money before we leave.
Party with
We're
all the
supposed to
important.
be inconspicuous while we're here. No big parties. Just
Okay.
kill dragons and take the loot. It's inconspicuous work.
Yes.
All right.
Very, very under the light of day, you know.
If you wish to Lek is probably in her office. If you want to contact her to let her know that you're ready to go. All right.
Yeah. Also want to tell her about the deals that she might get messages that needs to be relayed.
Fair enough. So you walk through the tapestry-lined, low-light hallways and walk in front of what is Lex's office, which is actually covered like nearly from top to bottom with children drawing, like kids drawings that scribbled in like crayon and whatnot. And you knock on the door, a few pieces of paper just fall off from like the shaking of the door. And she opens the door. She looks a little tired. There's a huge pile of papers on her desk, with a candle that is halfway burnt out. It looks like she's been up all night, and she puts on a very 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 uh, thin rimless pair of specs. and says, "Ah, you're here. I assume this means you're ready to go. I suppose. All right,
Yes.
all right.
We also have done some dealings with the treasure hunting guild, and they might have messages for us. So if you would have time to relay them, that would be great.
I
Would
will
appreciate.
I will keep that in mind, of course. Of course I will. All right. All right. Ramus, you when you pick up Marmoset, back with the children, you see that Marmoset has these very intricate ribbons tied to his tail, like what little tail he has. There's a bow, a pink bow on each ear. There's a very pretty pink bow around his or her neck. And I never knew if you uh, tried to see what sex the animal was, and looking very pretty, very dolled up. There's like a daisy also, like that was put into the collar, sticking, a bright yellow daisy sticking around his neck, and he or she looks absolutely miserable. Like if a marmot can look miserable, this marmot looks absolutely depressed. It's like,
Okay, I'll go back there.
kill me, please.
Taking things off him as I walk.
Okay. He looks very, very appreciative of the fact. Lek brings you to the outside where you gather your animals, and she takes out the last teleport scroll she has, and the arcane symbols start to glow very, very brightly. And she says, "Well, I guess this is the last time I'll be seeing you for a while. It's been good hanging around younger folk again. Makes me feel young. Hopefully your endeavors take you to great adventure. May Malor smile upon you, and may may the may the wolves never catch your scent." And with that, there is a bright flash, and you guys are standing with your animals outside the gates of Forge. At this point, you went to see Tabby in the morning, and you did some errands or whatnot and picked up your animals. This time it's about high noon. Clear. There is the scent of billowing smoke from the various smithies that pepper the area, and these two quite startled looking guards just staring at you as you just pop out of nowhere, seemingly out of, just popping into existence. There is a slight smell, a strange herbal smell that drifts off you as part of the spell, and a little burnt ness. And they as soon as you popped out, they had their weapons at the ready, but they recognize a few of you, and they put their weapons down because you actually helped save the town earlier on. Yeah, then if you haven't used it, yeah, that's the same one. You do still have one scroll teleport.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's very good. Just remember, you need to teleport where you have been before, just in case. Yeah. If you try to teleport somewhere you haven't been before, you might get stuck into a tree.
What happens if you scry the place first and then you teleport it because you have seen it?
You see?
I just wonder.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that too. There must be something that says that. I'm curious now. Tensors, teleportation circle, teleport. So if you viewed it once, for example, via scrying, there is a 1 to 40% chance that there's 43% chance that there will be a mishap.
Right, so it's not good enough to see it.
Yes. They have a series of descriptions. Like if it's a permanent circle, you'll always land there. If it's a false destination, the mishap actually grows larger. If it's a description, there is a mishap percentage involved in that too, and viewed once, seen casually, very familiar, and so on, etc., etc. So you must at least seen the place, and then as familiar as you are with the place, you've been in Forge long enough to know areas, so you're familiar. I would say you're pretty familiar. And actually, just for my own amusement, this is what I should have done. Yeah, you're perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine. Okay, so the guards are very startled, and then they recognize, especially the two of you, Earendil and Hwinnil. It's like, Lady Hwinnil, Master Earendil, it's good to see you again. Oh, sorry, you startled us. Normally, we don't have people that pop out of existence. It must be.
Sorry for the disturbance.
Uh,
We just want to pass in to meet our blacksmith.
Oh, but yes, Peter. Peter is. Well, last time I heard, Peter almost collapsed from exhaustion just working on your pieces. Wade had to force him to go to sleep, and there must be some pieces of armory or weapons you got to make him go, and he's like going on like a train. Please come in. Open the gate.
I look at the wagon with the red dragon piece in, and like, I hope that doesn't kill him.
Yeah, you guys have more stuff for him. Okay, so you walk in. It is high noon. There are some people taking their lunch breaks, leaning against, walls, eating whatever sandwiches they packed with them today. There are some people who probably took an early or taking a late lunch that are working forges around the area. You come in, and you know exactly where to go. You know where Peter's emporium is. And there is just a... Yes. There is a... the door is thrown wide open. There is heat and the smell of coals and the forge just drifting out of this doorway of Peter's emporium. And inside there is a thin 30-ish old human individual behind the counter. As you walk in, bell rings. Ting, 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 ting. Welcome to Peter's Oh, it's you. Hi. It's nice to
Hi.
see you again. How can I help you? This is the individual known as Wade, the shopkeep, the businessman of this establishment. Oh, good. You must be here to pick up your order. That's wonderful.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you. He looks very relieved that you're about to take this order off his hand. If you would come right this way, please. Peter is putting the final touches on the equipment you just requested. Come this way. And he leads you all into the back, where Peter is there, and there is a very, very beautiful. We had agreed, I believe, plate that would be made from the dragon bone. It was 2 quivers of +1 arrows, I believe.
I think so.
1 bow.
Yep. One bow, yes.
How many leather armor pieces are we talking about?
I
About
think
10.
No, I think it was 2 or 3. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
I
how
think it
many.
was 2 because from a large dragon you can only produce 2 from the hide.
Okay.
So
It
2.
probably was 2.
Two leather armors. I actually have a dragon list now. 1 bow, 2 quivers of +1 arrows, and 1 set of plate. Okay, I think that was all. Were there any daggers or swords made from the claws? Do you remember?
Yeah, he said something about daggers and swords, but I don't remember if anyone needed it or wanted it, so I'm not
Alright.
sure.
Alright, so let's go down the list. For the 2 pieces of leather armor, these pieces of leather armor are considered
It was an ironwood bow as well. I thought
Right, there is
Earendil wanted an ironwood bow.
there is an ironwood bow in the mix. I believe that was true. All right. For the armor, the armor is, so to speak, regular armor, but there is an added, there is something added to this. So these pieces of armor, if you wear it, you will have advantage versus whatever the element the dragon that you killed was. So this in particular was a green dragon. You have advantage versus acid, I believe. Any acid. The armor itself is resistant to acid, but as well as they're acid, not poison. I gotta double check that. Sorry. I'm like,
It was acid the dragon used anyway.
Yeah.
On the people.
Right, it was acid. All right. So you guys have advantages versus any attacks that are acid based, so to speak. That also is conferred to the plate armor itself. So acid advantage rolls. They are. In addition, Dravencraft armor is treated as one category lighter for purposes of movement or other determinations. So just let that know if you are wearing, I think it was, I gotta get to the 5e armor stuff. Hiding, adventuring, food, water, weapons, please. So we will say
You're
that.
medium light or
So if you are wearing medium leather armor from a dragon, it would actually be considered light. It would be considered high if you wanted it to. So armors and shields, 144.
are we looking at scale mail then that's being converted to light armor, or what is it that
All
we
right.
actually
So
looking
for medium armor, yes, you are looking at scale mail quality armor at this point for the two sets of leather armor. You're right, scale mail armor. And normally you would have a disadvantage, but because it is made out of dragon hide, you do not have disadvantage with movement. The heavy armor is a piece of like heavy plate that will probably go to Akros in this point, which will not consider this disadvantage. So no disadvantage. I just have to write these notes, and I'll let Akros know about that. I'll probably message him. Let's see. Dragoncraft armor has the normal maximum dexterity bonus as well. And the weight is about whatever the category armor is. Now, the bow. Did we agree on both a ironwood bow and a dragon bone bow?
So.
Okay. For the bow, because of it being craft from dragon bone, the bow's increment range is actually 20 feet more than what is listed in the manual. So I have the that open. So a longbow is normally 150/600. Add 20 feet to that. Do it too to the ironwood bow, just because they're nearly the same quality. UK. For the weapons.
It was +2 as well, wasn't it like that? It does
Are-
count as a +2 weapon.
All right, so I did last night. I did some rolling checks to see if Peter could actually get the quality up to that point. He can only get it to a +1, unfortunately. He was working really, really hard on everything to get completed on everything. So 2 sets of armor, 1 set, 2 bows, 1 set, and a couple of quivers at +1. They are at +1, so both quivers are +1 to damage and to attack. And the dagger.
You can have that Wingfall, because I already have +1 arrows.
Okay.
So you can have all of those.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and you can give some to Ramas because I believe he
Oh.
uses bows as well,
Yeah,
arrows as well.
Sorry, I didn't remember that.
We
Wasn't
can
on
take 1
purpose.
each then.
So there's 2 quivers, 40 arrows in total. Now, the bladed weapons. They have so naturally dragon claws are just tear shit to shreds. These guys, the dagger, let's make it a short. Let's just make it a fucking short sword. Because it's still considered a light weapon, I believe, if you want to use it for stabby, stabby, stabby. They are considered +1, naturally +1. So the blade, the short sword, is +1 made from the claws. Okay, I think that was about it. If you wanted to make higher quality dragon armor, you would actually have to get like a mage or a wizard or a sorcerer. Yeah, let's just make it a fucking sorcerer. A mage or a sorcerer to enchant it to enhance the abilities further. Usually, that would need somebody with See, Peter has you get 2. He was able to craft 2 swords out of that. So 2 swords. Peter has some low-level dragon crafting that he has to do because of his ability to work with many, many exotic materials. Unfortunately, if you want something higher, like eventually a bow that is specifically to kill dragons, or arrows that are specifically to kill dragons, you would probably have to find somebody of higher magical dragon crafting for that. So just keep that in mind, because now you guys have another set of dragon stuff in your wagon that Wade does not know about yet. Nope.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be thrilled.
But I don't think we know anyone else that can make dragon stuff, so I guess he will become but he might be able to take more time on it.
If you let him take more time on it, if you let him research, he might be able. This is something you have to talk with Wade. So Wade is going around at the armor stands and the weapon stands, showing all the pieces of dragon. He's like, if I only had more time, I could perfect these creations. I mean, all right, see ya, Alex. Oh man. But this work is adequate, and you hear Wade say, "Adequate? This is beautiful, Peter." It's like, no, I need more materials to perfect this. This is not the masterpiece I have dreamed of. But the deal's a deal. Month's time, this is what I have to present to you. I do hope, Peter says, that you are satisfied with the quality of work I have given to you. I wish I had more material to work with so I can make something even more grand for adventurers of your stature. And he let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2. Hwinnil, immediately Peter grabs your hand and starts shaking it like really hard. It's like, thank you so much for the opportunity for working with such rare materials. And he lets go of your hand.
Yeah, these are wonderful. You said you wanted another try to make.
Of course, I am an artist when it comes to and you see Wade immediately. It's like, oh shit.
So would it be interesting in 80 pounds of red dragon bone, 19 red dragon claws, 14 dragon teeth, a whole hide to work with?
His eyes light up immediately. Oh my god. He looks like he's about to have like and Wade's like, "No, wait." And he pushes Peter aside, nearly, shoving him into the wall. Stop. Let's all go outside and sit down, because I nearly went out of business the first time.